Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's always there's a little delay at the very start of this, so you probably get me going pregnant pause at the very beginning. Still getting used to it. God, the back of my legs are sweaty. Jesus. God's warm and muggy, isn't it? Do you know how it's the winter and we pray for the summer, and it's the summer and we pray for the winter? No, fuck that. Just give me autumn. Just give me that cool, temperate niceness that is autumn, please. Thank you very much. So it's time to get properly excited about auto assembly. So we're only like a week away. Just we can call it a week, you know. Wow, I'll say a week because it makes me feel happy. A few other things I've decided I wanted. One of them I'm not going to see. I'm not going to see Beast Wars. I'm not going to see Antagony. I was talking to George today. I'm not going to see Antagony. You never see her anywhere, really. I haven't seen her for sale on anything, so I'll just give it up the ghost for that. Now, Spittor today, obviously. So I went to my lockup today and I got a couple of boxes out. Just picked two random boxes. And they weren't random. I want to do Beast Wars toys because I've got real thing for Beast Wars. That's my big thing. Really like a Beast Wars. So yeah. Oh, unfortunately, Energon Unicron has taken up so much of the space in one of them that he left very little room for anything else. But I'm pleased to be showing you Transmetal and Transmetal2 Spittor, because you don't often see the Transmetal Spittor. So that's nice. Now, yes, the word I had to give a couple of words on this guy here. So I would say don't pay 60 quid for him because he's not worth it. If you're going to pay 60 quid for anything, you pay 60 quid for that, wouldn't you? You just would. You'd rather pay 60 quid for that. Piece of work, yes. Would you get him for 60 quid? Yeah, you probably would get him for 60 quid. But you can get this guy in Smith's for 36 quid, which is fine. I would pay that for him. Problem, my big bugbear with this guy is his head is rigid. It's absolutely rigid. It won't move. So, go figure. He's nice. He does this little thing which is quite funky. He makes a bit of noise, and although sometimes his little bits just kind of stay open. That's okay. I keep him in the box there. I don't know why. I'll take him out. So, Spittor, little bit of BG. Why did I choose him? Because I had the Transmetal version and the Transmetal2 version. The Transmetal version is a redeco. I like that little phrase. Of the original Beast Wars Spittor. So he's the same mold. He's just a redeco. And he was a European exclusive. Getting to know stuff about bots. It's very cool. And then you've got Transmetal2 Spittor, who's just batshit crazy and very nice. Little bit of BG, not enough to do any harm. Spittor Predacon surprise attack, more poisonous than a Cybertron razor snake. It snakes on them. Spittor can immobilize an enemy in less than 7 seconds. Someone's done their science on that, apparently. Highly sensitive microchips existing just millimeters below his skin, in inverted commas, instantly release venom on contact with aggressors. When on the attack, his powerful legs allow him to leap in front of enemies over. I've stopped doing that voice now. 100 yards. After catching them off guard, he releases his head-butting poison tongue to knock him out cold. Talk about tough guy. This doesn't feed on flies. He feeds on maximals. Whatever. Let me just set this guy up here. Where am I? Let me have a look at you. There you are. So, like I say, this... now, what I didn't know is that the original mold of Predacon Spittor was redecoed to Maximal Diver. But he still had the Predacon chip in it. That's an interesting thing to look for. Buzzard. Just flying over the thing. Ah, buzzard. So, but look, now you've probably seen the original Spittor. You probably have him. He's that very nice, slightly translucent blue with red splotches. Now this guy is the same mold, but he is solid, ready, pinky plastic, and he's got this... I suppose it is kind of transmetal-y. It's allusions to gold paint, and it says on him. Actually, it's quite interesting. It says "sod." You see that? It says "sod." It actually literally says "sod" on him there with a big full stop, which is nice. Someone at Hasbro having a little joke there. So many nice things about this guy, because the first thing is he really looks like a frog. He really looks like a frog. You could swear that this little guy was sitting on the ground and he could jump up at your face and poison your brains out. You really could swear that. Nice little thing. Only problem is the frog has teeth and frogs don't have teeth. I'm pretty sure. I had a pet frog once and it didn't have teeth. Um, so what little gimmick? So you see you've got this the knobbly froggy skin, these kind of turquoise eyes. Ah, his mouth will open, but I'll show you a nice little gimmick there in a second. He's got this very funky thing of this extra pair of legs underneath, which I fucking love this. I really do. So you got this little trigger mechanism, and this is his spitting tongue yock. Obviously, you know that's nice. That's what we want frogs to do, don't we? Yes. Now, this is what we also want frogs to do, and never knew it. We want to add extra pairs of legs onto frogs, and make it look like one of those odd things you find on Springfield or in an episode of Fringe or something like that. Look at that. What is it? It's Spider Frog. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. I love that. I love the fact that you can do that with this little guy. Just crazy batshit crazy. Very nice. Very nice, very odd, and not entirely appropriate. And some people will be going, no, 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 you mustn't do that. So to transform him, we take these little things that we folded away, and they're going to become the frog's legs. Ha ha ha. Yes, and then this, very, very simple. You take that bad boy down. Now, again, you can do lots of things here. This is what you're meant to do. This is what you're meant to do. Seriously, folks, this is what you're meant to do. These arms come down to there, which are the front four paws of the frog, and then you take his rear legs up, and you give him these big old long hands, and we make no mention of these again. You know, that's fine. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this guy. There, by the way, is his Predacon crystal, which in this muggy nightmare of heat is constantly on. So you can probably see that because the screen, as you've said, it is lovely and I'm very pleased. So you can do that. That's fine. Look at these long arms. Aren't they fantastic? But then we can do this as well. You can bring these out. You can give him all... No, I like to do this. This is something I've discovered. You can give him jazz hands. Oh God, this just makes me laugh in a certain way. You can give him jazz hands, which makes me very, very happy. Look at this, look at this, look at this. It's so funny. It's so funny. Jazz hands! Spittor got jazz hands! I love that, I love that. Look at his little face, he's ugly. He's got one of those cat's ass faces. He looks like... Very, very nice. And you can make him do this. I'm surprised. Spittor. Transmetal2 Spittor. Lovely thing. Lovely. You've probably seen it. Now, some people for some reason don't collect Beast Wars. Some of you all don't like the fact that animals to bots. I personally prefer that to cars. Sick of looking at cars. The only cars that really get me excited are the animated cars, the new Prime cars, and some of the very stylized stuff from Unicron Trilogy. But if it looks like a car, that's the kind of thing you can see driving along the street, I don't care. I'm not collecting them. No. Oh, it's a sweaty leg. Hence the Ironhide AirTac Optimus Primal. Which one would I rather have? Easy. Optimus Primal any day. Let me give you a little bit of BG about this guy. Beast Wars. Love him. You gotta love him. Spittor Predacon. Function ambitious warrior. Amphibious, excuse me. I'm mean to the core. I got meanness oozing out of every pore. Does he say that? I really hope he doesn't. There may be a couple of fingers here. Driven by anger and galvanized by confidence in his craft, Spittor will do whatever necessary to achieve his deadly assignments. Highly skilled, undersea and on land, he is the soundless warrior who Megatron reserves for the jobs that require seamless execution. A true professional. Covered in poison from head to tail, it is rumored that rubbing his back would bring luck. No. But only resulted in several... Right, get this. I want to throw something at these fuckers. Only resulted in several Predacons slipping into severe and extended dementia. Sit on it, think it's your birthday, dog. Don't like it. Dangerous. He gets so he's got 2 fingers completely for that. Dangerously patient has an electro-venom tongue, which actually detaches to be wielded as a weapon in robot mode. Really, something detaches and is wielded in robot mode. Revolutionary. Can leap 1/4 mile in a single bound his camouflaged spinal claw that eliminates frontal attacks. Unrefined and consumed by repressed anger, dislikes all things, is extremely comforted for I did to Megatron. Ah, look at it. Look at it. It's fucking lovely. I'm so pleased that this guy is just entertainment personified in a bot. He's just funny. Everything about him is funny. He's already funny like that. Nah, he's already funny. But he can do so much more. He will amuse you even more right now. Look at this guy. Amuse you even more because he can break dance, ladies and gentlemen. This bot can break. I'm talking about this guy is so street and he don't even know it. Love it. Just love it. Just love it. He's got the traditional Transmetal2 stuff where like he can break that. They should have put that in the bio. They should have put it into the bio, into the maybe the Japanese bio, that he likes to break dance while eating rich tea and eating that kind of stuff they do, and sleeping off the previous night's energon drinking, all that kind of fucking shit that they come up with. It's hot. I'm a little bit delirious. A little bit delirious. But it's good. Now, lovely. He's got the, there's the one eye. Okay, it looks a bit like a coffee bean or something else. And the other eye, which looks a bit like, I don't know really what that is, which is pretty cool. So, he's got this thing. This is his claw thing. This is his claw thing, which is cool. Comes all the way out like that. It's a lovely thing, isn't it? It really is a lovely thing. It's funny because it's kind of hard to pose his legs in a convincing kind of froggy like way, and frogs tend not to walk like that in the way that a mammal would. They're always close to the ground, but it's difficult to get him close to the ground all the time. You know what I mean? But that's fine. It doesn't matter. Now we'll just take out his little tongue because we can. I'll show you the Predacon Spark Crystal in a minute. I love this. There's the gimmick straight away, and this other little gimmick. It's great. And he break dances. We all want bots that break dance. Now let me see. The transformation is interesting, while being not being completely and utterly straightforward for such a basic classic figure. Let's see. I'm not going to talk you through it. I'm just going to do the bloody thing. I love his feet and his hands, and I love his knees. He's so spiky, and just look at this. Look at this guy. Look at him. You wouldn't want to put it up your nose. You just would not want to do that. Now this little bad boy is going to turn like this. Everything's a bad boy today. It's the heat. The heat makes me grumpy. No, actually I don't get grumpy at all. The heat makes me hot. Makes me hot, fucking hell. Pull his little head out from his mouth. His head comes out of the side of his mouth and slots into the little position here. Now this thing, you can either do it like that, but that's just kind of the way. Now he was read a code. Yes, he was, to RID Slapper, which I've also got. I think I prefer this blue. I think I prefer the blue. Again, he's got these long, gangly hands, which are very nice. I'll just finish him by putting the electro whip into his hand like that. And I want to show you his little face. He's this little hunchback. Look, again, he's just comedy. He's bot comedy, totally and utterly right there. And again, so is the original Transmetal version, because you've got the jazz hands guy here. That's not how he's meant to look, obviously. The jazz hands version of this guy, or you've got the multi-pass version of this guy. Look, you can do all this kind of weird shit with him. I remember when I first got him, I didn't have any instructions, and I just guessed, and I never really knew ultimately what he was meant to. Look at him. What is it? It's strange, wonderful big thing. And so is it the breakdancing frog or the jazz hands frog. Multi hands. Very, very nice. No such gimmicks here. I mean, you can use this little claw thing again, but there's no point. Whatever. His little spark crystal is located in there. Predacon, we're seeing things properly these days because this camera is sweet. would make love to it if I could. Um, nice big thing, nice small thing rather, because he's so quirky. You get this kind of hunch thing going on. So the two slappers, display them. The two slappers. Hey, many a night I've witnessed that. There you go. You can have them any old way at all. Oh God, I love Transformers. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and throw myself into the nearest river just because it's really hot. See you all next week.